That was another interesting subset of perspective. And again, it's not just the device. We've said this, even when we launched first time, it was with a whole ecosystem. The keyboard, mice, all the way down to merchandise. While it's not showing up here, of course there is the headsets, mouse, keyboard, speakers, but what is beginning to show up on the list is gaming desks, gaming chairs. So it's moving way beyond from just the device, the accessories, but much more of a den, much more of an experience. I wouldn't be surprised if we start finding like, I need to have a zone, I need to have lighting of a certain kind, music of a certain kind, because it's all about how you feel, how you game. Then you want to recreate what it's like. And so that's also beginning to show up gaming desks and gaming chairs in a fair package. And then I think following on from the earlier point, like half of them consider, and this is again the serious gamers, right? But again, remember, serious gamers were 2/3. So it is still a sizable chunk. Half of the serious gamers consider gaming as a part-time or a full-time career. Now, I won't belabor the full-time and part-time, but just the fact that half of them are considering it as a career. And think of these as leading indicators. Right? This is not the past, this is what's to come. So these are leading indicators that drive desire, and then of course over time it grows. At the same time, there are ones that are very clear. I do not consider gaming as a career, which is also fair, because the same guy said before, I'm just doing it for fun and relaxation. And that is a big benefit that gaming provides. There's social skills, there's networking, there's also this relaxation, pressing down. So that's also fair. And of course, there's always folks who trust the. But so again, here, PC gaming, more of them are seeing themselves as a career. And we've talked about this a little bit, and we've always said, for us, it is about and when we look at device ownership, it is almost the same, smartphone and PC in terms of ownership within these games. So it is very much what we have thought it would be, is the and strategy. We have games, we have titles, we have devices, best suited for that particular use case. So depending on where you are, what you want to do, you use the right device for that particular output, right? So again, but of course, for the competition and as you start scaling, you want to have the best rig with the best capability. And this is also very heartening. I don't know if you guys were here last night. Somebody had asked that question point of view of the panel last time. How was I earning? And I'm not surprised. But it's showing a massive trend upward in terms of how much money, and this is per year. I'm sure somebody's thinking inflation, but this is a lot more than the inflation, right? Because the chart is moving very rapidly in terms of how much they're earning from gaming across all the classes. This is also very heartening. And the next question obviously then is like, where is this coming from? And as with anything that has a lot of interest, is it still a little bit in the infancy? There is a big part that's sponsorships out to play, which you can think of them as influencers, because that is always a big part. But then you have esports, live streaming, and the last one, I think over time becomes much bigger, is content creation. So we've talked about this before, right? There is money in gaming, there is money in watching gaming, there is money in creating gaming, and there is money in delivering gaming. Because there is this business of gaming. There are many businesses within the business of gaming. And the last one is leading towards content creation. And then, of course, as things progress with stuff like AI, VR, there's a lot of potential even on that side. I feel like that's going to go a lot. This given also the strength that this country has in coding, in digital, and somewhere these are going to merge into, as the jobs come, so will then two streams combine. But again, very heartening, and this is their largely that is very. And again, it begins to show up a little bit. One is where you make money from. This one is more where would you like to over time make more money from. More influencer, you are the best at what you are, and this is not very different to any sport. Think of everybody understands cricket, right? And you understand and think of the amount of money that you're going to get from a loss, from being an influencer, from being. So similarly, such as this sport also progressing, you're good at something, people want to see you, people know you, they believe what you say, then of course, I think the influencer, streamer, because they obviously want to see and they get into play, and I touched upon esports management, then hopefully over time the coding stuff. Very interesting, new section this time. What do parents think? It's moving in the positive direction. There are some who are thinking, no, I think It's actually not that great, which is the third bar. But there are 40% who, over time, have said, look, my view towards gaming has changed up. And that is coming from the stuff on the right, which is the growth of the industry, success story of gamers, and then also the gaming getting more recognized, becoming more normalized and mainstream, which is very, very hard. I mean, that's true. 40% is a massive statistic of positive. Typically, you would have a lot of like, not sure, but this is clearly moving. And of course, there are folks who are on the other side, which is fine. But in general, there is positive perception of gaming. Right? And then on the career, now again, this is a little bit lagging. We saw what the Gamerz said, they were very clear. But the parents, it's mostly the other way around. Right? Gaming is good, but 40% think it's good as a hobby, 30% as a part-time career. 1 in 5 think it's good as a part-time career. I was actually surprised, to be honest. 1 in 5 is a lot for something as nascent as gaming is right now. I'd be surprised if you go and ask parents, say, look, your child wants to be a full-time cricketer. I'm not even sure, given our background, how we would approach. So 1 in 5 actually is hard thing, but I mean, not surprising. But there is definitely a concern that is this really going to provide in the future, but it's definitely good as a game. The last section, which is the follow-on from the earlier section, I'm going to go deeper. Last time Gamerz had told us, look, we are struggling to experience gaming and learn. I went a little deeper on that one. So basically, I think we asked them, like, where are you learning most of the stuff you're learning? So about half of them are doing it on not on like YouTube. I mean, as they aspire to be streamers, because they have seen themselves consuming a lot of streams of other players who are great in that particular sport. And it's very much observational learning, because you get immersed in it while you're watching, you learn at the same time. And so that's one of those game buddies. Now, I mean, again, we'll have the panelists, we can ask them, they're the experts, but it isn't as much of a solo sport as we think it is. You might find somebody sitting separately, but they're most probably not gaming separately. So you have your game buddies, you have your groups that you hang out with, you play together. Of course, you use from the game buddies, from other experienced gamers, and then finally the community. Now the last two, if you remember, basically starting we had last year, the ones that we have tried to enable as well. We came out with a whole format called the Open Playground, which is largely geared towards providing a set of communities with a full, 6 to 8 to 9, 10, depending on the store, fully like set up rigs. They can come and play with your friends and learn. And we also have experienced gamers coming to the store, periodically to share their learning with the rest of the gamers. So I think that's kind of thinking with that. But not enough. And that was the other thing that came out very clear. Where they want to go, how they want to achieve a career, their aspiration. The feeling is it is not enough right now. We need more help on learning opportunities, whether that is giving workshops and seminars, whether that is academics, whether that is management courses. And there is a bunch of them available. Maybe some not available here now, maybe some are developed, but in general there is a lot more desire. So I think this one is again one more learning for us. And hopefully as we share this, also to the broader L&D industry, that there is a desire here and a demand here, and more needs to be done to enable this. And again, you also talked about even the courses. And I'll pick up on the second one, right? Mental training. And it's going to tell you how advanced the gamers are becoming. Because you would think they would say, look, I just need training on how to become better at a game. But it is the sport at the end of the day. And as much as you want to understand the game, there is skill and there is mental ability, whether that be in terms of being mindful or being able to take stress. And because the reaction times and response times are probably the least in this particular game than any other game, and the amount of stress that will create, especially knowing that you are doing something, there is a perception around it. So various students have to come out and say, look, I don't need just the game courses, but I need mental training as well. Of course, gameplay training is the biggest one. So that's basically all the learning we got out of it. So in summary, I rounded up for the third version. Great progress, very hard by the gamers. I think they've done all of us proud, especially because I think I was just so keen to see this passion of the youth coming through, and I think they've just done wonders, putting India on a global scale and just winning all these medals and awards for us. So very, very hard. But what they're saying now is, look, they are giving more they want to start learning more about gaming. Parents are beginning to see more positivity than before. Still some ways to go, but gaming is hungry for more when it comes to learning. So one of the things that we're going to do this year, try like we did last time I talked about because remember I said about off the gamers, for the gamers, right? For us, these are very big insights that drive our action. This is some of the things we had done last time. This time what we're planning to do now based on this is augment the open playground store but also online with essentially a HD gaming garage. We will offer courses where gamers can learn and not just in terms of gameplay but also game design, esports management, and try and do it more this time in even vernacular, given what we saw before that across the country, everybody is gaming, not just do them online, but also do them in the store, but also make sure we do a level of that's broadly the story. I've had to crunch a lot of information to show you this one, right? They say every ES comes with 100 notes. So we've left out a lot of information, but that is available. If you guys want to have a deeper understanding question, I'm more than happy to take it further. But just very, very happy. I think we've reached with gaming as a country and very curious and very good to see you. Thank you.